This is my intercultural communication midterm. Um, so in the overview here, in the first step, it says to write a few sentences of your thoughts and understandings at the time when intercultural communication is and what you thought it might learn and what I might learn in this course. I kind of knew it was heading to the culture way, as in like how I understand it now, of course, is like what people love and enjoy doing, such and so. Um, I never really expected it to go this deep, but I'm super glad it has. We've gone into very detail about what culture is and what it can mean, different ways of nonverbal communications, techniques, and stuff like that. And like my favorite part has been like the projects that we do in class. I love is that it's so like group wise. There's so much group work that you get to meet a lot of new people, and just work with other people. To start this off, kind of jotted down notes here. What culture is? Culture is just what you love doing, something you're passionate about, whether it's with a big group of people, or just by yourself. Maybe it's just how you live life, what you're comfortable doing, and how you want to live it. Um, and then the other ways to develop and improve ICC. Ways to develop and improve ICC is incorporating other things from other cultures without changing your culture and what you love. For example, I'm not a very I'm very social, but I'm not very naturey and stuff. And I feel like that's a really cool culture. Is like when people love outdoors, like going on hikes and like backpacking. Something I picked up with snowboarding and something I never thought I would do, but my friend introduced me to it, and I've had a great time, and I've enjoyed incorporating those type of things into my life. Um, so yeah, that kind of sums up what culture and ways to develop and improve ICC. The second one was chapter 4, perception. How culture influences perception. And it's like with this, I feel like it's like shaping you as a person. Viewing things like in your culture, like viewing things like differently than than how somebody else could. Um, it's I feel like it's a great thing. Um, and it can make you feel certain ways as well, whether it's good or bad. And then the my second topic of perception is the horn and halo effect. Um, Halo was when positive characteristics happened in a person. That could be from like changing the way they think about things instead of like thinking so negatively, and like having friends that think positively. I feel like could be a great characteristic somebody can improve on or learn throughout living. The horn effect was the opposite. Was negative characteristics building. So in this case, like switching it, and so it's like from thinking positively to thinking negatively. Um, yeah. And I feel like an example would be like me, like this last 2 years have been very interesting for me. I'm in a long distance relationship, and I had to figure out things that I love to do on my own, and I have. And like when my girlfriend comes back, it feels kind of different and weird because I'm used to being by myself 90% of the time. But it's really developed me into like a better person and like loving myself in the way that like I can be independent. I've always been independent, but it really is like a different type of like independent. I don't know how to explain it. Um, and yeah, like with the horn and halo effect, I feel like it's made me a better person. I love hanging out with my friends and going out. Yesterday we randomly went to Canada for a soccer game out of nowhere. The tickets were $30, so we're like, why not? Like, it's right across the border. Why not? We went to eat after, got a few drinks. Great time. Language. The first one was language conveys observations, thoughts, and feelings. I feel like this goes with like the tone of voice and the way you speak to people. I'm very social, like I've mentioned. I love talking to new people, meeting new friends, whether I know them or not, or they're my mutual friends from other friends. I love it, and I feel like everyone tends to like me. Hopefully, that's what I think. Um, just because I'm very like passionate about things. Like whenever we're like, whenever I meet new people, it's like maybe at a party or something. I like make sure like to like ask them questions about themselves in a way that makes them feel like heard. I don't know. And that leads to ways in which language conveys culture. I feel like me and my friends are really social. We really we like to joke around with each other a lot. And just make jokes here and there, like very dark jokes sometimes. But I feel like with our language and the way we speak, it's okay to us. But if like somebody like from an outside standpoint heard us, they definitely probably be concerned. But yeah, nonverbal communication, week 4, chapter 6. What nonverbal communication is? Nonverbal communication is a lot of things. And it ties into types of nonverbal communication, but I feel like nonverbal communication is maybe being able to talk to somebody without having to talk, or communicating, I should say, with somebody without having the need to talk. Like maybe like giving them like eye gestures, hand gestures, pointing, and just having that sort of connection. An example I can think of right now is when our classmate Lily brought up that her and her friend can do sign language in class, and they like will know like what exactly they're talking about. That's something that like really was interesting, because it's like when I was in high school 3 years ago, me and my friends were able to do that, and then like it was fun. Nonverbal types of nonverbal communication, like I said. Gestures, adapters, emblems, illustrators, hand movements, and postures. Eye contact. I feel like eye contact is a huge one. It can really let somebody know that you're paying attention to them as well in other ways. Haptics, chronomics, vocalics, all good ways of nonverbal communication. And yeah. And then the last one is culture perspective on listening. What is listening? Listening is how I view it is putting your full attention to somebody and really understanding what they're trying to tell you or explain to you. Whether that's keeping good eye contact, maybe not moving as much, not being on your phone and stuff like that. Silence. So this is an example we talked about in class, where Asian cultures are more closed up and don't really talk and stuff like that, and that's normal to them. But if we were in America, that doesn't seem very normal to us, as we're a high context culture and they're a low context culture. So it's interesting, and the way that people view things. So that was like another thing that like I kind of noticed, but I never paid too much attention to it, just because it's like when am I gonna go to like an Asian country? But as I really liked how Colleen brought up a lot of examples about Asian cultures, especially because I'm taking a trip down to Japan next year, hopefully. So that's my plan. So it was great to like hear about cultural norms and stuff like that. And I'll just go one more: ways to improve listening competence and effectiveness. Like I said, like maybe not fidgeting and like being disruptive. Maybe, like I said, keeping eye contact with the person and asking clarifying questions. I feel like that one can be more misleading, as in like because you're asking questions after they just explain what they want you to do or what you have to do, you know? So like that one's like a tricky one, but I feel like it's a good one. But yeah, this course was I really liked it. I think everyone should take this course, and it should be in a oh my god, I can't put my tongue to it. A class that somebody has to take, I guess. I just gotta say it. But it was great. Learning about new cultures. We made our own culture. That was great. But yeah, thank you for having me this quarter. And yeah.